New York City is sinking under the weight of its skyscrapers. New study warns. New York City skyscraper skyline is icon, but it may be causing the people to sink. A new study suggests. According to research published by the scientific journal Earth Future, the cumulative 1.68 trillion pounds weight of New York City buildings is causing the city to sink about 1 to 2 millions per year on average. The subsidence rate, the scientific terms for the speed of sinking, was observed by three universities of Rhode Island and researchers from the US Geological Survey in order to measure the rate of New York City apparent sinking. Researchers created geographic models to accept the downward pressures of heavy buildings on the bedrock, clay, sand, and silt underneath some of the regions. Researchers claimed Lower Manhattan's a veritable concrete jungle is at a greater risk of sinking than most other areas of the city, as is much of Lower Manhattan sits only 1 to 2 meters above the current sea level. Parts of Brooklyn and Queens are also experiencing higher subsidence rates than other parts of New York City. Though a 1 of 2 millions decline per year may not seem like, such researchers warn the city's shift worsens the threats of flooding in the regions, especially amid already rising sea levels. New York faces significant challenges from flood hazards. The threats of sea level rise is 3 to 4 times higher than the global average along the Atlantic coast of North America. Researchers wrote a deeply concentrated populations of 8.4 million people faces a varying degree of hazards from inundations in New York City. New York City has already faced flooding in the past, namely from Hurricane Sandy in 2012 and Hurricane Ida in 2021, the latter of which led to the tragic deaths of several people. New York, often called New York City or NYC, is the most populous city in the United States, with a 2020 populations of 880,490 distributed over 300.46 square miles, 778.2 square kilometers. New York City is the most densely populated major city in the United States. The city is more than twice as populous as Los Angeles, the nation's second largest city. New York City is situated at the southern tip of New York State, situated on one of the world's largest natural harbors. New York City comprises 5 boroughs, each of which coextensive with a respective county. The 5 boroughs, which were created in 1898 when local governments were consolidated into a single municipality, are Brooklyn's King County, Queens County, Manhattan's New York County, the Bronx County, and Staten Island, Richmond County. New York City is a global city and a cultural, financial, high-tech, entertainment, commerce, and media center with a significant influence on commerce, healthcare, and scientific output in life sciences, research, technology, education, politics, tourism, dining, art, fashions, and sports. Home to the headquarters of the United Nations, New York is an important center for international diplomacy, and it is sometimes described as the world's most important city and the capital of the world. The city is the geographical and demographic centers of both the Northeast megalopolis and the New York metropolitan area, the largest metropolitan area in the US by both populations and urban sea, with over 20.1 million people in its metropolitan statistical area and 23.5 million in its combined statistical area. As of 2020, New York City is one of the world's most populous megacities. The city and its metropolitan area are the premier gateway for legal immigrations to the United States. As many as 800 languages are spoken in New York, making it the most linguistically diverse city in the world. New York City is home to more than 3.2 million residents born outside the US, the largest foreign-born populations of any city in the world. As of 2016, it is the most visited US city by international visitors, providing continuous 24/7 service and contributing to the nickname, the city that never sleeps. The New York City Subway is the largest single operator rapid transit systems in the world, with 472 passenger railway stations and Penn stations in Midtown Manhattan. Is the busiest transportation hub in the Western Hemisphere. New York City traces its origins to Fort Amsterdam and a trading post founded on the southern tip of Manhattan's island by Dutch colonists in approximate 1624. This settlement was named New Amsterdam in 1626 and was chartered as a city in 1653. The city came under British controls in 1664 and was renamed New York after King Charles II granted the lands to his brother, the Duke of York. The city was temporarily regained by the Dutch in July 1673 and was renamed New Orange. The city has been named New York since November 1674. New York City was the capital of the United States from 1785 until 1790 and has been the largest US city since 1790. The Statue of Liberty greeted millions of immigrants as they came to the US via Ellis Island by ship in the late 19th and the early 20th centuries and is a symbol of the US and its ideals of liberty and peace. The city features over 120 colleges and universities, including some of the world's top universities, its public urban university systems. The City University of New York is the largest in the nations. In the 21st century, New York City has emerged as a global node of creativity, entrepreneurship, and as symbols of freedoms and cultural diversity. The New York Times has won the most Pulitzer prizes for journalism and remains the US media's newspapers of record. The Stonewall Inn in Greenwich Village, part of the Stonewall National Monuments, is considered the historic epicenter of LGBTQ plus cultures in the city and the birthplace of the modern gay rights movement worldwide. New York City is the headquarters of the global art market, with numerous art galleries and auction houses collectively hosting half of the world's art auctions, and the Metropolitan Museum of Art is both the largest and one of the world's most visited art museums, and hosts the global focused Met Gala fashion event annually.